Bob Marley was once asked if the perfect woman existed, and I think that his response is really going to set the tone for the rest of this video. But he replied, "Who cares about perfection? Even the moon is not perfect. It's full of craters. And the sea? It's too salty and dark in depths. The sky, always so infinite, that is, the most beautiful things are not perfect. They are special. Stop wanting to be perfect. Try to be free, happy, and live doing what you love, not wanting to please others." So we're throwing that idea out the window. Absolutely nothing is perfect the first try. And because of that, we generally don't even want to start. So why is it that we can show up for a friend, an employer, or a family member before we can show up for ourselves? Hello and welcome back, my loves. I'm Luna, and in today's video, we are going to talk about some deep self-care work that you can start doing today to affirm a more positive mindset and connect deeper with our purpose. Like anything in life, we need to become more aware of our tendencies and our habits. If we have negative tendencies, negative habits that are affecting how we make change and how we move forward, then we're never going to make change if we don't address ourselves holding us back. So, forget the idea that life should be fair in the first place. We can often get stuck with the thoughts of all the things going wrong and not recognizing all of the things going well. Now, I don't want to come off as harsh, but if life was fair, would you be here? Why should life be fair to you? The basic idea that you are here watching my video means that you have food, you have shelter, you have clothing, you have access to a phone, tablet, or computer with internet access, which is a lot more of an advantage compared to other people across the world. So you're already at more of an advantage than someone else. So is life fair? I know it can seem like you're in a really rough spot right now, or you're a little lost right now, and that's okay. Being lost and not really knowing where to go, that is the best time. That's the time that you have literally every chance to create any opportunity for yourself. So reflect on that and become more self-aware. Self-awareness and self-reflection exercises are a great tool to use to figure out what you need to work on. Once you let go of all the things that aren't going well for you and focus on the things that are, you begin to notice the patterns of behavior shift from negative to positive. So yesterday I was saying, oh, I really don't like the way that my hair parts. And then today I woke up and my hair actually looked good. And I was thankful for it. Because in my head, subconsciously, what I had done in the moment was, oh, I don't like the way that my hair parts. Okay, well, tomorrow I'm probably going to wake up and have a different opinion. So this is an interesting new look for me today. I reframed the way that I had that thought and shifted it to something positive. Now again, it's not perfect every time that this happens. There are times where I can't, negate myself from saying something negative. But becoming more self-aware could be a mindful meditation, something that grounds you, embodying a self-belief, or forgiving yourself for being distracted, focusing on your breathing, or trying a full body scan, anything that grounds you. And I often find myself checking back to my future me versus past me outlines, and it's incredibly refreshing to cross something off that I have worked on and replace it with something on my future me outline that I do want to work on. I know that this can all seem like a lot and very confusing all at once, but if you're doing this all in a journal, you can try journaling exercises where you're asking yourself deeper questions and answering them honestly. That's a great way to kind of practice self-reflection and then changing the negative thoughts that you have about yourself to the positive ones. So self-reflection, great way to check in with how you react to things, how you feel about situations that have happened, what you could be doing to be better, or what you could have done differently. These are all things that you can ask yourself and really challenge your honesty within yourself and see what barriers did you overcome, what obstacles were in your way, kind of figuring out what could have stopped you and what you pursued through. Another way that I like to kind of feel the love for myself, I guess, in a way, what gets me motivated, what gets me happy, what makes me feel good, is when I wake up, I try to, gosh, words are hard. But when I wake up, I try to immediately think of one thing that I can be grateful for. Whether that's thinking about, the person who held the door at the grocery store 2 weeks ago, or, the person that helped me change my oil on my car 8 months ago. Whatever the case may be, I just find something random in my brain that I'm grateful for, and it sets the tone for the day. It makes me happy to wake up. If you find yourself kind of struggling with that, you could just think about someone that you're grateful for. There could be someone in your life that you really cherish and really value, and you don't notice that until you take a step back and take the time to appreciate it. So sometimes when I wake up, I will think about a special person that I'm grateful for, and I will send them a text message or I'll give them a phone call. One of those two things I usually do. So I'm constantly staying in touch with the people in my life that I'm grateful for. Another really great practice that I try to do whenever I notice my mind shifting to a more negative space, I will often write out a gratitude list. And this totally comes from the show Big Mouth. I was watching Big Mouth with one of my friends a while ago, and we were watching the Gratitude episode. So now whenever I have like a negative thought in my head, I'm like, oh no, better go grab my Gratitude. And it just makes me so happy because I'm able to sit down and just write out a list of things that I'm really grateful for. Along with being grateful, you also kind of shift into focusing on the positives in the now, especially when you're trying to find opportunities. When you're trying to find things to be grateful for, you're often focusing on what you have in that moment, which is a really great way to bring you to the present moment and kind of shift you into a happier mindset. Now, opportunities, which is what I was just about to talk about next. You have to create opportunities for other opportunities to come along. You can't just expect to be a discovered artist if you've never shared your artwork, or if you don't submit it to a show or a gallery or a contest. You can't expect that someone will just fall out of the sky, fall into your house and find your artwork and then you're a raging success. No, you have to put it out there. One of my favorite movies is Josie and the Pussycats, and there's a scene where Josie is going on a rant about getting out there and making it happen because she cares, and that scene resonates with me so much. If you have not seen the movie, just go watch it. It's a really good pick-me-up if you're creative and you need a comedic, motivational movie. I don't know, it's just one of those like early 2000 comedy movies. But it really just speaks to that level of you make it happen. You cannot expect opportunities to just fall into your lap. And if you're thinking like this, you'll have a negative reaction or a negative thought pattern when what you think is going to happen doesn't happen. So when you notice that you start having negative thoughts, try to flip them to be more positive, or ask yourself, why am I thinking like this? What is causing me to have this feeling or have this reaction? Sometimes there's negative influences in our lives that we don't realize are affecting how we are thinking. So when I wake up in the morning and I make the conscious choice to find something to be grateful for, I'm making that a priority to already start off my day with a positive mindset. And that could be as simple as sending out a positive text message to 5 of my closest friends, or I'm grateful that I woke up to my cat cuddling me. Whatever it is, I'm trying to live in the moment and be grateful for what I have. I notice my surroundings and I accept things as they are, not how I want them to be. If you are enjoying this video so far, please hit that like button and be sure to hit the subscribe and notification bell. They get lonely. It's a free way that you can show your support to my channel and be notified for the next time when I post. Now that we've shifted our thoughts from the very start of the day to being more positive, you'll begin to notice that change, and with it becomes allowing yourself to make mistakes. You become to appreciate your mistakes. You understand that it's a learning curve that you have to go through. Nothing needs to be perfect the first try, and everyone will tell you this. Everyone will tell you this. If you're more of a learning by doing person, then what is stopping you from starting? You'll learn along the way, and if you've noticed, my videos are far from perfect. My TikTok's way far from perfect, and that's okay. I'm still learning every day, and every time I post, the posts do get better, but I'm not expecting them to be perfect every single time. I often call it the new employee syndrome because when you first get a job at a new job, you want to be the best employee that you could possibly be, and you're staying later and you're always the go-to person. And the moment that you're like, no, I can't do this anymore, I'm getting a little bit burnt out, your employer starts to question, oh, well, are you okay? Is everything good? And not realizing that you were pushing yourself because you thought that they had other expectations for you. You exceeded their expectations of you because you set unrealistic ones in your own head. And that's where we go to next. Set yourself up with reasonable goals. Expectations are a quick way to set yourself up for failure. I cannot tell you how many times I've cried on my bathroom floor because I didn't meet one of my personal goals. It's upsetting. But not reaching the goal can make you feel horrible. So when you're journaling, in your journal practice, when you're reflecting, try to write one thing that you love about yourself daily. Try just self-love journaling. These could be self-love journaling challenges or different journaling prompts that you try. Whatever you're doing, you're giving yourself love for all of the things that you're also reflecting on, if that makes sense. Because we can reflect on a negative thing and feel pretty negatively about it, and then we beat ourselves up. So we're avoiding that by adding in that self-love. And this makes us so much stronger to learn how to receive criticism. Now, I know that people often say, oh, what that person says is a reflection of them onto me. Okay, not everything someone says is a reflection of them. Oftentimes, you do need to hear what they are saying, because criticism gives us the opportunity to improve ourselves and become better. So reflect on your criticism that you received. Take it with a grain of salt. I know that it's hard. I know that it sucks, but I promise you, it's okay. Not everyone's going to agree with you, and that's just simply because no one is you. People come from different upbringings, different traumas, and different cultural backgrounds in general. So to just assume that they would understand you and understand how you are and what you're trying to say kind of disrespects the way that that person has experienced life as compared to you. We are all the main characters of our own books, is essentially what I'm trying to say. I don't want to offend. I hope you got some helpful information from all of this. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you stick around and hit the subscribe button and check that notification bell for the next video. The full-length version of this painting will be available on my Patreon page, as well as all of the process photos, and I will be shouting out my new Patreon subscribers in my next video, so be sure to check the description for all my links to my social media pages where you can follow me for all the updates. And if you try to recreate this painting, please tag me on Instagram. I would love to see it, @LunarLeoArt. Until next time, my loves, stay happy, healthy, and healing. Bye!